Okay, welcome back to the JJ Presses podcast with Jono and Jay. For our second episode, we're just going to be introducing Jay.
Hi.
So, yeah, Jay, please introduce yourself.
I am Jay.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Mm-hmm. And you're a weightlifter from?
I'm with Core Weightlifting,
Mm-hmm.
which is Phil Lau.
Which is Phil Lau. Yep.
Phil Lau.
Yeah, just to start, how did you get into weightlifting?
I started with CrossFit. I did the classic CrossFit to weightlifting arc.
Mm-hmm.
Did CrossFit. Mainly what basically happened was I just started uni and I couldn't make any CrossFit classes anymore. I couldn't make the training with like the team I usually trained with.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a point with CrossFit where I could kind of do most things. I wasn't really excited by it anymore. Felt like in a bit of a plateau, but I always loved the lifting side of it. I'd done a quick little seminar the year before and liked lifting, and then that coach put up like an 8-week online program. Nice. I jumped on that, and that was like fun. And then like 3 weeks later, lockdown happened. So
Sweet.
Basically, my dad helped me build a platform in the garage, and I was
Sweet.
much more keen to lift in the garage than do like burpees and running for CrossFit.
Nice.
So
how long were you doing CrossFit before jumping into weightlifting?
I think I started CrossFit, I'm not 100% sure, it was either like 2014 or 2015. So 5 years at that point.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what I noticed with a lot of CrossFit athletes is that they're all very good at weightlifting, just because they're so developed already.
Yeah. Like, I was pretty decent, and it's not until now that I'm recognizing the numbers I was doing. So I was, what would have I been, like 19 at the time, 18 or 19 at the time. I was snatching 65 and clean and jerking 80, 85. And clean and jerk, power clean and jerk. I couldn't squat clean over 75. So my power clean was like 10 kilos heavier than my squat clean.
Nice. And those numbers, they were really good?
I suppose for a 17, 18, 19-year-old, I would have been like 65, 70 kilos.
Yeah, at the time.
At the time. Yeah.
Cool.
Like I was the best in my gym, girls-wise, weights-wise. I was against the adults as well.
Oh, nice.
So
Did you compete in CrossFit as well?
Yeah, a little bit, just like some comps here and there. I got to like I suppose what they call the quarterfinals, semi-finals of that era for my age group.
Right.
But never really went further than that.
Okay.
Never was at like a big comp.
It just like didn't have the drive for it, or?
I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably just wasn't that good enough as well.
Okay.
But what was I gonna say? But like you think about it now, like that's those. Like I look back now, and I didn't think those numbers were pretty big, but for my age, that was like pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they definitely like carried you to where you've gone. Like you've made it to the international stage, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, I suppose. You'd have a little bit of natural talent.
Yeah, you got to be just a bit good, just a little bit. So moving through the years up until now, what made you stick with weightlifting this whole time?
Definitely the part that I was kind of good at it. Like, that definitely drives you a little bit. Like, if you're a little bit good at something, you're going to want to keep doing it. I think 2020, train during lockdown. I did like a novice comp at Odd Socks. That was my first comp.
Oh, yeah, Odd Socks.
Yeah.
They're gone, unfortunately.
Yes, they are.
I never got to visit them.
Yeah, so I'd been a couple of times. I think of that comp, I have no idea what I did. It was like a 70-something snatch. 80-something clean and jerk, I feel like. Not 100% sure. I remember being really proud of like a 75-kilo snatch, and that was still when I was at home training in the garage, because that was like a body weight kind of snatch. So that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was in that era. And then 2021, my actual first comp, we tried to make the junior Australian team. My first sanctioned comp ever. Probably not the best idea for your first comp ever.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. I competed as a 71 as well, so I had to cut like maybe 1 kilo or 2 kilos, but had no idea how to cut. Didn't know how to do that, so probably went about it the wrong way. My legs just weren't that great. And then I remember looking at the AWF like standards of how much weight you need to, like the grading and stuff like that, what weight you need to lift it at 76, and we kind of like weighed up like, if I sat at that weight category, it'd probably be a way easier to hit that number than trying to cut and lose too much strength from my legs and stuff like that. So then from that decision onwards, we went from 76, but
yeah.
And then it was 2021, we had a few lockdowns and stuff like that.
Oh, true, yeah.
We
And
did it online. I remember doing junior and under 23 nationals online.
Yeah.
I actually won that.
Oh, really?
I was national
Nice.
champion like my
Nice.
first year of weightlifting.
And it was just like isolated from everyone else.
Yeah. There was no one there.
I remember seeing videos of that competition,
Yeah.
like all around, and then people just had to film. Was it front on?
Yeah, so it was really
And they had
only
to like film the plates being put on and everything.
No,
like
that was a different one. That was senior
Right.
nationals, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but this one. So this was also weird. So I was at the Key Centre with no audience and
Right.
nothing. It was only the referees, your coach, and you. Like
Right.
it was like
That's weird.
silent.
That's so
It
weird.
was very silent. So that was that year. That's about as much I remember of that year. That was 2021.
Mhm.
Then we had lockdown again. That second
Yep.
one hit me really hard because
Yeah.
I just moved to Sydney,
Mhm.
and then I had to move back home. So I
Mhm.
moved back home to my parents, like a few hours away. Didn't have any work.
Mhm.
I put study on hold because I actually did make the Australian junior
Yeah.
team. I did make it at
Yeah.
Shred.
Mhm.
I qualified for the junior Australian team and got selected for 2 teams, I think. I can't remember which one. One of them was to go to Singapore.
Mhm.
I was really excited about that.
Mhm.
But then obviously with the lockdown and stuff, I got
Yeah.
cancelled.
Yeah, it sucks.
That was a little bit gut-wrenching. It never felt real. That's why I
Yeah.
forget about it because I've got the emails.
Right, yeah.
But I
That's
made
the
the
only
team.
proof you have,
Yeah,
really.
I made the team. I didn't get any of the kit, so it didn't
Mhm.
really feel real.
Mhm.
So I forget about it a bit. So I actually qualified for them. So I had deferred uni for that semester because I thought I was going to be away competing.
Mhm.
So I wasn't in uni. I not lost my job, but there was
Mhm.
no work because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
COVID. I
Mhm.
moved back to my parents because it was safer.
Mhm.
That lockdown just really hit me really hard.
Yeah.
I came back to Sydney in October when it lifted begrudgingly.
Mhm.
Lived with a friend, and I kind of quit weightlifting then actually.
At that point.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair
I
enough.
had a little bit of a back injury,
Mhm.
had some personal stuff.
Mhm.
It was just not for me. So
Yeah.
I quit for 6 months, and
Mhm.
then
Bouncing back. How did you get back in?
wanted to do a bit of fun stuff. Just
Mhm.
wanted things to be fun again. So I'd jump into CrossFit classes. I was working with Beth Park at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And she could see I was struggling. So
Was
she
this that breakthrough?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
she gave me a few pointers and some stuff to try.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did some stuff, I think, off the internet as well. It was just kind of fun.
Just doing whatever strength stuff, really.
Yeah.
But nice.
I'd lift randomly
Yeah.
on random days at the CrossFit
Yeah.
gym and stuff like that. But, and then my friend, she was into weightlifting and we trained together most of the time. And I think she had been working with Phil, is I believe how it happened.
Mhm.
She was getting coached by Phil. I looked at her program. I think I tried a few of her sessions. She showed me the feedback he would give and how it worked, and I really liked it. And he was also mutual friends with other people I coach in the gym and stuff like that. So I think I reached out to him.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get back to me.
He's a
'Cause it
busy
was-
guy.
No, because it was a public holiday.
Oh, fair.
And it was funny. I think it was
Yeah.
Easter. And then he messaged me and he was like, I'm so sorry I didn't see this.
Yeah.
And then we met. I don't even think we met. We kind of got started.
Mm-hmm.
I said to him I didn't want to compete. I had to talk to him through some things. I was like, I don't want to compete. I just want to...
Just train.
I said to him my goal was I want to love weightlifting again. I
Yeah.
really miss it and I want
That's
to
good.
love it again.
Mhm.
And then that was sometime April 2022, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 weeks into our program, I hit a 85 kilo snatch.
Holy crap.
Yeah, which was maybe only like a 3 to 4 kilo PB,
Mm-hmm.
but it was... I had tried it with my previous coaches about 10 times.
Mhm.
I'd tried it... I'd hit 90 off the blocks by that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'd tried 85 off the floor countless times. 10s, 20 times. I could never hit it. And then 4 weeks into with coaching with him and I hit it. And it was one of the best snatches I've ever done. I rung him that night and I said, I want to compete. So we signed up for a competition that
nice.
night.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I don't remember when Phil and I were chatting about this. He's like, it was just like, he always knew that you were going to come back to weightlifting.
Yes.
That's what he told me.
He always knew I was
Yeah.
going to come back and he always knew I was going to compete. He
Yeah.
was just waiting for me to bring it up myself.
Yeah.
Because that's when he knew I'd be ready to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
That
really
was
smart.
good. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, and then he went and travelled the world. So my first
Yep.
competition, he
Yeah,
was...
he went all around Asia, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he went all around the world.
America, Asia,
The whole digital nomad.
Turkey. Yeah, I don't know where he
It
went.
was for a whole year, if I remember right.
About 12 months, yeah. So he wasn't there for my first comp. we had like a alumni, Elena did it for me. It was a really fun comp, and it was good. It was at Blacktown, at Shred. I think I hit like, I'm going to say 86 snatch, 96 clean and jerk. Hit them really nice. It was just good. It was just, I enjoyed it.
Nice.
I was just happy with it. Yeah. I think I said to my goal was like, I want to love weightlifting and I want to lift pretty.
You want it to have, it has to look good.
I want it to look
It must
pretty.
look good.
Yeah. And then that one comp qualified me for under 23 nationals, nationals, all that type of jazz.
Yeah.
So I have to compete a lot more. Not have to, but I compete a lot more than you do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So with that was 2021, 22?
That was 22.
Where was under 23 nationals that year?
Perth, I believe.
Perth. So you flew all the way there?
2022? Yeah, it must have been Perth.
Perth? Yeah. Okay.
So then I may have started with Phil in 2021. I don't know. I get really confused.
Yeah, it feels like a while ago.
It does. I get really confused. I think it was in Perth, but it must have been this time of year as well, June. Because I compete a lot. I compete like 5 to 6 times a year because I've got my under 23. I've got to do, the states, nationals, probably sometimes a local in there to qualify for them, and then senior states and nationals. Yeah, so I'm competing 5 to 6 times. It kind of all merges in.
Yeah.
I think it was in Perth that year from memory. It must have been around the same time of year, around June. I went over there. I had a really good chance of actually gold medal. It was a good learning lesson that year because I went in thinking I was going to win, knew I could win, thought I was better than everyone, tried to be the big dog in the back room, and I came second,
Damn.
Yeah, and it was a little bit embarrassing kind of thing. Like
being humbled in that way.
A little bit of a humbled, and I was really angry with myself, and I was angry for days. My parents came over with me. Phil came over as well. Don't know where he came from, but he was there. And my parents did not like being around me because I was really angry afterwards. And everyone that asked me about the comp afterwards, I was really angry and was really disappointed in myself and all this blah, blah, blah. And then every comp since then, I've looked back at that as a learning lesson because, one, don't try and be the big dog in the back room. Yes, walk around with confidence and be happy, but you're not the best.
Yeah, you're riding a fine line between, like, confidence and arrogance.
100%.
Yeah.
And also just not to be so angry with yourself and not to be, like, a yucky person to be around after a competition because friends and family come to support you and just, like, being so begrudged and being like, oh, I could have done better, shit. Like, it's just not a nice thing to be around. Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah. And that's one thing I try not to do now after competitions. Like, I'll just be like, oh, it didn't go how I wanted, but it was good,
On to the next one.
Just don't be angry and don't be yucky about it. That was a big thing from that one I learnt as well. I'm glad it happened. Yeah. I also lost to, like, Gracie Walton, which is now going to the CrossFit Games. So it's
really?
Like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Is she at the Torian now?
She's at Torian.
Nice.
She's probably going to make the Games.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's not like I lost to anyone.
Yeah, some rando.
But it was actually really good. Like, competition-wise, she'd never hit a snatch that big, so I really pushed her.
What did she hit? Do you remember?
It would have been maybe 86, 87.
Right, yeah.
Because I opened quite high, so it pushed her to do well. And I think afterwards, I can't remember if she said to me or maybe she just wrote it on her Instagram, it was like, it was a PB snatch and she would have never have hit that. And so that was a thing for me is like, and Phil says it a lot, is like, good competitors make you a great competitor.
Yeah, 100%.
Because, so I pushed her to be a great competitor that day, you know, and if I wasn't pushing as hard as I was, she might not have won, so... It was good. It was a good day for her.
Yeah.
Not the best for me. I learned from it.
But, you know, down the line, it kind of worked itself out.
Yeah. And then 2022, Senior Nationals was in Canberra that year.
Yep.
That was my first Senior Nationals.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're under 23.
Yeah. I think I could have probably qualified the year before, but it was that weird one. It was 2021, so it was in the back room of Key online as well.
It would have been a higher total to qualify, right?
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't trying for it to quit at that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading into 2022 Nationals. Canberra. Yeah. What was your headspace like going into that one compared to the previous comp?
I can't really remember what my headspace was like. I know there was some other personal stuff that happened in life leading up to that comp that was a bit different, but other than that, lifting, I think it was going well. I was a chance for medaling as well, which was good. And my goal actually for that comp was just to have fun.
Nice.
I said to Phil, I just want to have fun. He was also there at that comp. This is a...
yeah, I ran into him there. Yeah, I remember.
It's a very notable comp for Phil. Phil thought the competition was in Sydney.
Did he?
And he didn't know it was in Canberra until 2 days beforehand, when he asked me why I couldn't train. And I said, because I'll be driving to Canberra. And he said, why are you going to Canberra? I said, Phil, because Nationals is in Canberra. Because Nationals is in Canberra. And then I didn't talk to him for the rest of that day. That was pretty funny. I hold that against him to a day.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, my friends that were coming down called him and said, if you're not there, we're going to pick you up and take you there.
Okay.
So he was there.
He was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
And I won.
Yeah, you won.
I got a gold medal.
I remember, yeah. I remember because I was competing the session before, I think. Two before.
The 89A session was before me. You came
That's
back
right,
to watch.
Yeah. And then...
I ran into you walking in on my way in.
Ran into you after my competition. And then we were going to leave to eat. And then I was talking with the people that I was with, including my coach, who were just like, oh yeah, the session's on, let's just watch it. Because we're at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, holy crap, Jay won.
Yeah, you went to go eat afterwards.
Yeah, we were eating.
Yeah, I won. I can't remember what I did. I think it was something like 87 snatch and maybe like a 103 clean and jerk, something like that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
It was a good comp. I had lots of fun. The back room was really fun as well. Showing about with Jackie. It was really fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jackie was there too?
Yes, because there was a combined session.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you remember who was handling you that day?
Yeah, Vanessa's handled me for all of my national comps so far. Yeah, she's handled me for all my nationals. Can't remember who else was there. She's just my main person. I just remember her being there.
Yeah, Vanessa's great.
Yeah, she was good. She's the goat.
Yeah. Heading into 2023, did you have Sorry, what was your next comp after 22 nationals?
I think that was it for the year.
That was it.
Because that was November, so it was pretty late.
And then the next year heading into that?
It was April up in Townsville, which was under 23 nationals. Yep. There might have been an under 23 states, but I don't really remember it if there was.
Yeah.
It was probably earlier in the year.
Yep.
We kind of just use it as a heavy training day most of the time with my state competitions.
Yeah, and you were going to qualify anyway, right?
I was already qualified from nationals.
Gotcha.
So the goal for under 23 nationals up in Townsville was at the time it was grade C, which was 195 kilo total for the under 23 international team. So that was the goal for that comp.
Yep.
And I did it.
And you did it. I remember I was watching from home and I think it was your third snatch?
I think it was my second.
Second or third snatch?
It was my second. I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I did that wild duck walk.
Yeah. I don't know how you saved that.
No one knows how I saved that.
Do you know how you saved that?
No, it's the bars over my head and just keep holding it there. And if I have to do a little waddle. So I missed my first snatch.
Yep.
And then I duck walked like crazy to make that second one. Like my knee was this far from the ground.
Do you remember what weight it was? 90 something?
90... I want to say 92, but I think that's what I finished on. So maybe it was just 90 on the dot. Would have been 89 or 90.
Yeah.
And then I think I finished on a 92. And then I want to say I did a 105 clean and jerk. Maybe a 104, 105. No, yeah. Actually, no, it would have been a 103 because we did 195 on the dot. So if I snatched 92, we would have done 103. And and the reason why is I remember Ness going, what do you want to do for your clean and jerk? And I said, whatever. I said I'll give it a go. She did 107 and I did a nice pull and catch and just dumped it on the ground. I knew it wasn't going up, but I tried. Yeah.
Worth a crack.
So yeah, that qualified me for the under 23 international team because which was for the under 23 Oceanias.
Yeah, that was in Samoa, right?
Samoa. Yes. That wasn't until October. So there was a few comps in between that. I would have had senior states, which was at Hills.
Yep.
That was fun. I think Phil was away again, so I just had someone else I had
was it Patty?
Yeah, Patty from Bathurst. I was gonna try and handle myself, but I don't think you're allowed to at States because you have to change on the board and stuff like that. And he was there anyway, so he was just like, "Oh, I'll do it." He actually really enjoyed it because it was a different experience for him coaching someone.
Because he's coaching in Bathurst.
Yeah,
he has a lot of his own athletes.
He has a lot of his own.
He's
athletes.
Competing himself as well.
Yeah, but it was a good experience for him because I remember he'd wrote up all my warm ups and he was like, "Why do I have to count so far?" I was like, "Sorry." That was another fun one.
Yeah.
I remember just having fun. I had my hair out that day and stuff, and Luke came to film and stuff, so that was fun. It was just a heavy training day, actually.
Yeah.
I did 92, 101 or something. 91, 10, 100. Even think it was 91, 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of a volume block for that.
So it wasn't really proper preparation for it. I had not peaked at all.
Yeah. I was in the middle of a volume block, and it was one of my best comps. But it's always when I just want to have fun that my comps are really good.
Yeah.
That day, looking at my snatch, me and Phil both agreed I was on for like a 94 that day, and a 100 kilo clean and jerk moved super smooth that day. So if I pushed that day, it could have been interesting. And then there was nationals.
Nationals in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yep. Was like the same.
Didn't really have any goals for that.
Yeah.
The goal was really just to practice platform before the international comp.
That was the main goal.
Because it's so different being on platform and competing on platform compared to a heavy training day. So it was just to practice platform rituals, all that type of stuff. I think I came third, tied second, third, I think.
Like get used to the competitive pressure because on the international stage, I'm assuming it's much more hostile.
And you would feel the difference from states to nationals, the difference in the back room and the difference of the play and the difference of the competition. It's very different and the atmosphere changes a lot, so then that just exacerbates even more to an international stage. So the main focus for Melbourne Nationals was just to platform practice. You know, the bar feels different, all that type of stuff.
Definitely. So with just for those that don't know, at states, it's like clubs against clubs versus each other. At nationals, it's state versus state. Yeah. So New South Wales, Queensland, Western Australia, they're all vying for this trophy.
At states and local, you know, you're a bit friendly. Like coaches are a bit friendly to each other. They're happy to help each other out. But then when it kind of gets state versus state, they're happy to kind of cut your time and push you out and stuff like that.
Play the game of weightlifting, really.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, because everyone wants to succeed.
Yeah, so...
But it's not like a hostile thing. It's more like everyone wants to see everyone succeed.
Exactly.
It's just under those conditions.
I think I didn't snatch very well that day. I think it was like I think I only got maybe my opener, which was like 87, I think. But I did a 104 clean and jerk, which looked nice. I remember doing 104. That was quite nice. We're happy with that. Moved nice. I think I tied second. Ended up with a third medal. Against Tegan, which I usually compete against at most nationals.
From Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the other good one was to compete against Ebony from Queensland.
Ah, yes, I remember.
Because she competed at Com Games that year. So it was just nice to compete against some really kind of high level. And
athletes.
Snatching against people which had similar snatches. You know, Ebony wiped the floor with clean and jerks. But, you know, it was just good to be at the same level because that's what international was going to be like. So it was actually really good. Happy I did that because...
feeling that kind of pressure just pushes you.
Yeah, because international level, you're all competing at the same weight. Like, you're most likely going to open similar weights and stuff like that. And it's different to local and states where you might have you might be following yourself or you might have bigger breaks in between. So competing against someone at the same weights as you is actually really good. Yeah. And then the lead up to Samoa in October.
When did you get the Team Australia gear?
I can't even remember, but I was so excited.
I remember you uploaded a whole video about it.
I uploaded many videos about
everyone was jealous. I was jealous.
Yeah.
Everyone was jealous.
It was fun. I don't wear it that much. I get too nervous to wear it. I don't want to, like, beat that up myself. But, yeah. That was cool. That was I think it was probably about it was like 2 weeks to a month out. I remember that. Yeah. I remember you had to select all your sizes. And Jackie had already ordered all hers because she got it for a comp previous. Me and her are similar in sizes, so I called her and I was like, what sizes do I need to get? Because she had to return heaps of stuff and that. So it was like, it was cool to know.
Just avoid the nightmare.
I got to avoid the nightmare. She just told me what sizes to pick and stuff like that.
That's good.
Which is handy.
Yeah. And sorry, you were saying?
I was going to say 2023 was probably a big year because I did under 23 is my first international comp competition. Like, even though I'd been selected before, but it was the first one. I got the
Well, you're actually there.
Yeah,
you
I got the
kit.
gear, I got the kit, I got to go. Prep leading into that was actually, looking back now, which I have been like reflecting on lately, is that it was actually really, really good. PB in the weeks leading up, hit a 95 snatch, almost hit 97. It was just the fine line off that. Hit a 108 clean and jerk. Clean. I think I missed the jerk. I was a bit sick that day, so I remember choking on phlegm, so I missed the jerk. But like the best, like I PB'd my front squat double, PB'd my front squat. It was just really consistent. It was really good leading up to it. Yeah.
So you're just steamrolling that whole prep, basically.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then heading to Samoa. Were you there a couple days? You were there a couple days prior to your comp,
yes, because I wasn't the
just
first
to get
person.
used to the time zone.
Not really, because it's all AWF organises it all.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like
you just show up.
They tell you where to be at what time.
Perfect.
But I'm one of the heavier girls, so I'm not
you
first
were later.
day. Yeah, like from memory, I think maybe we got there the Thursday, and the competition started Friday. So some people had like one day. It might have been 1 or 2. I feel like we only had one day before the comp started, and then I wasn't on until at least that day or Sunday. So yeah.
Okay.
But I had Josh was my main coach.
Josh Wu? Yep.
Yeah, he was my main coach over there.
Yep.
That was his international debut as coaching
really?
as well.
I swear he's been...
Yeah.
Okay. He's been coaching for a really long time, that guy.
Yeah, that was his first, like, coaching. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I want to say we're there maybe 2 days before comp started, because I remember training twice, unless I was on the Sunday. It was really bad, I don't remember.
And even then, those training days were really light.
Yeah, I usually, they're not super light, but they're not very technical.
Yeah, just do it.
Deads and squats, basically, for me. Nice. Yeah, bit of tech work. But yeah.
Nice. So that year was, you'd say, is like, so far, your most successful year?
Probably.
In weightlifting?
Yeah, probably. From start to finish. That was my first full 12 months, and it was very successful. Made an international team, PB'd everything. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I finished on 197. Snatches didn't go great. I've got a bad record on my snatches at comp at the moment. I'm going to fix that. But I think I got... Must have only been 90, I think. Because 197... Yeah, because I got a 107 clean and jerk.
Yep.
And so it must have been a 90 snatch, which we were hoping for a little bit more. And then it was the first time I missed a split jerk in comp.
Oh, really?
It was 110. Okay. I was not expecting to clean 110 that day. Phil told me he thought I could, but I wasn't expecting to do it, and it went out pretty well. I was really, really proud of that. That's the first time I've ever touched it. It's been a big number for me as well. Big goal as well. Still probably doesn't really feel like that I've hit it that well because I missed the jerk, but I missed the jerk forward just by a tiny bit when you look at the video.
So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I felt really, really strong leading into that comp, so that was cool. I was happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So from your experiences with the international stage, do you have any like insights or advice for people who would want to try to reach that level?
You gotta know where you're at. I think like they've upped the standards a lot lately. If you're within reach and it is something achievable,
the standards are so much harder.
Yeah, like if it's within reach or it is something that's achievable, but I don't think it's something you should be thinking about day one joining the sport. Is I want to go to the Olympics. Like you need to be kind of maybe a few years into the sport and know where you sit and know if you have that ability kind of thing. Definitely. Like it's a bit cutthroat, but the sport is becoming more cutthroat. So.
It's kind of it's like a sink or swim type sport because it's individual
and
at the end of the day.
I've heard people like higher up say that it is sink or swim. Yeah,
at the end of the day because you have, it's yourself, your coach, but on the platform it's just you. Yeah. Like your coach isn't doing anything for you. They're just helping you, timing you, making sure everything is. It's weird. It's because it's like support you as best as possible. Because it's such an individual sport, but you need a team of people. Like you need a good physiotherapist, you need a good nutritional dietitian, you need a good coach, you need a good support system to get through it all and to get to the highest of high. But it's at the same time, like you said, when you're on the platform, it's only you. Yeah. Like everyone. All comes down to those. That 1 minute that you have on the platform. Literally 1 minute. You add all those lifts up. Yeah. So, moving into this year,
Yep.
what's the plans for?
I've got a comp coming up, under 23 nationals, back again over in Perth. The goal is to try and hit a 200 total. That would qualify me for the senior international team.
Sweet.
Which we could have. That was also part of the goal over in Samoa as well. We did only miss it by that one lift, 110. We did actually try again 2 weeks later to hit it, to try and go to Oceanias this year. Yeah, so Samoa was trying to hit 200.
Yep.
Just missed out. It was 3 kilos off. We tried to back it up 2 weeks later, but post-comp blues, travel, it's really, really hard to back up a comp like that and trying to hit those PBs again. But it's also, we're trying to ride that peaking wave as well. Because I was physically as fit and strong as I'd ever been, so we had to try and ride that wave. But
and the comp was local, right? It was in Bathurst? Yeah.
So sort of local for me.
Yeah.
Very cold.
Very different to Samoa.
Yes, very different. It's still, it was still a little bit cold out there. I just couldn't. We tried. If I snatched better on the day, we probably would have had better chances. But I just, and everything happens for a reason, I believe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before you do.
Exactly. Yeah. And I didn't want. I would have regretted not trying, even
Definitely.
though at least I knew I did try and put it all out there.
So you can know whether you want to keep doing it or.
Exactly. there was never what ifs of like you could have made it if you tried more.
Yeah.
So I was happy just to try.
Yeah.
So the goal is to hit 200. I was kind of hoping to try and do it at States, but I've been nursing a wrist tendonitis since the start of the year. Slowly getting better. So now they extended the qualifying period. That's why as well.
Yeah. The
qualifying period cut off before Perth, but they've extended it. So the goal is to try and hit 200, qualify for the senior international team.
Nice.
I don't know if we will or not.
See how you go.
Just kind of depends on the day. And then after that, it depends if I hit that or not. There'll be senior states and senior nationals I do, because they're both just in Sydney, might as well do them.
Yeah.
But I think we just kind of have to see how Perth goes, and that will dictate what we do for the rest of the year and where we put our focus into.
Cool.
Because it's my last year of under 23. So
right.
that's the main reason we're going.
See what happens at the end of it?
That's the main reason, because I'm actually the only one of my body weight category.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's Jackie now?
She's aged out.
Oh, okay. She's older than I didn't realize.
And she's lighter than me too.
Oh, she's 71, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's only me, but I'm okay with that, because I just, if it was my last year under 23s, I probably wouldn't have went, but it is. I want to make
just make the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the qualifying period too is worth it as well.
Cool.
And I'm staying a few extra days, so it's a little holiday.
Nice. So you're also a weightlifting coach.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching CrossFit since I was like 17, so since 2018. So there's always been weightlifting elements in that. I've been like doing just weightlifting coaching probably for a year or two now. A couple of clients. Done CrossFit coaching, done one-on-one sessions.
There's a
lot
bit
of
of
that
carryover.
Stuff. Yeah, I've definitely coached. I coach weightlifting and CrossFit every single day.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's how you get really good at coaching people that have never ever picked up a barbell.
Yeah.
And you got to coach them in a class with 10 people, and you got to coach them in 5 minutes how to do a snatch.
It has to be quick. Yeah. It has to be quick and effective.
Yeah, but this is my first year with I've got 2 competitive weightlifters this year, which is really exciting. That's been lots of fun. But yeah, my goal is just to grow that more and more.
Yeah, make sure that those lifters get to where they want to be.
Yeah. My first goal for them is actually just to enjoy it and love it and have fun.
Yeah.
And then their competitive goals come after that. See how they go, Because of my own personal experience and what they've come to me for is they've kind of fallen out of love with it, and they're not enjoying it as much anymore. So it's like, that's your first goal. I want you to want to go to training. I want you to want to lift, not feel like I'm demanding you to lift.
Yeah. And would you say that's what you value the most as a coach?
So.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just making sure that they're enjoying it.
For sure, because then if they're not, like, why are we both here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good point.
Why are we here? Like,
So, where can people find you for coaching?
Just on my lifting page, which is Jae Lifting. Yeah.
Jay's going to be one of the coaches I refer to, because I'm full up on coaching spots, so...
So if you just want to have fun and you want to learn to lift... But I do have competitive lifters as well. Yeah. It'll
be good to see how they go over the course of the year.
Yeah.
Because the year's not done yet. Not even close.
One did qualify for Masters Nationals, but they can't make it due to timing. Work commitments. And then we just had another one qualify for States.
Sweet.
I don't know if she'll qualify for Nationals this year, but maybe.
We'll see.
Always
worth a crack.
Definitely looking at a medal at States, though, hopefully.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah. that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, I suppose. The challenges, I suppose, are just like...
Yeah, you went through all those.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything else. It's all the questions I wrote down.
Yeah. Challenges, press comp blues, normal.
Yeah.
I spoke about that a lot.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All
right.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. All right. Cool.